So last week, Donald Trump's attorneys filed a motion with Judge Tanya Chutkan asking her to please move back the timeline on the January 6th trial against Donald Trump. Now, they actually did the same thing pretty much the same day with Judge Aileen Cannon down in South Florida. They told Cannon that because they had to prep for the January 6th trial, we just can't be ready for this one, the documents trial, in May, so you got to delay it. And then at the same time, they're telling Judge Cannon, listen, hey, we can't prep for the documents trial with this trial coming first, so you got to delay. Cannon has signaled her willingness to entertain their idea. Meanwhile, Judge Chutkan, who's actually qualified for her job, saw right through it and said, no, you know what? Not only am I just not even going to entertain this request, I'm moving the timeline up. How about that? Starting on January 9th, that is the deadline that both Jack Smith's prosecutors and Donald Trump's lawyers, they have until January 9th to turn in their questionnaires that they would like to present to prospective jurors. The jurors are now going to be meeting in February. That is when they're going to be called. That's when they're going to fill out these questionnaires, and then jury selection will go from there. This is actually earlier than previously scheduled. So Chutkan, again, not only told Donald Trump, I'm not going to delay it. She was like, if anything, we're going to get this crap done sooner than we were already going to do it. Kind of one of those things, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But Donald Trump and his legal team were effectively trying to play these two judges against each other, telling each judge they couldn't prep for their respective trials because of the other trial, so everything has to be delayed, which, as we all know, actually wouldn't even fix the timeline for Donald Trump and his lawyers to actually get ready for either trial. All it does is push it down the road, and then they're both still butting right up against each other. I love what Chutkan has done here. I think she has done a phenomenal job with this, and I'm glad she's sticking to her guns on it. There is no reason for any of these trials to be delayed any further. Donald Trump's lawyers know what he is facing. These indictments have now been out for months. They know the charges against him. They have access to the information against him that the prosecutors have. They have plenty of time to get ready. Not to mention the fact that Donald Trump has not waived his right to a speedy trial. Now, as a criminal defendant, he actually does have the right to do that. But you actually have to make that declaration saying, I'm waiving that right. And based on everything I have seen, Donald Trump has not done it. Therefore, these judges, and Chutkan understands this, I don't think Cannon does, they actually have a constitutional responsibility to make sure that Donald Trump's constitutional rights are not violated. So Chutkan is following the law. Donald Trump is trying to skirt his own constitutional protections, which is just kind of weird. However, it is what it is. Chutkan's moving forward. Cannon will most likely delay because she's clearly in the tank for Donald Trump, but Chutkan isn't having any of it, and that's the one Trump should be most worried about, with, of course, the exception of what's happening over in Georgia. One of today's video sponsors is Miracle Made. Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Using this silver-infused fabric inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every night. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than bed sheets used by some 5-star hotels. And it's designed for your skin. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. Now, I actually made the switch to Miracle Made bed sheets at the beginning of this year, and I couldn't be happier with this product. They keep me cool throughout the night, which means I'm getting better sleep because I'm not waking up all throughout the night from being too hot. You can try it yourself. Go to trymiracle.com/ROF to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code ROF at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/ROF and use the code ROF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/ROF to treat yourself.